All right, Never Trump Republicans are seeing their world collapse and the media right along with them. Frantically, they're trying to help Biden. So they're resorting to pay no attention to the mobs taking over these college campuses, denying access to other students who want an education. Protests praised by terrorists worldwide. Yeah, focus on them. But the real scary thing is Trump back in the White House. Yeah, because he'll what? Imprison the media and open gulags?
If he doesn't win, he won't rule out political violence.
To me, the way it read was it almost sounded like a threat. We saw what happened on January 6th. I think there could be a repeat of that.
Yeah, I mean, could we see something worse, do you think?
That's definitely a possibility.
It is very scary, and it's fearful. People should be fearful that he is going to be a dictator, just like he said.
Joining me now, Victor Davis Hanson, senior fellow at Hoover. Victor, well, these lines haven't worked for the last few years for the Biden team, but are they going to start being persuasive now?
No, I don't think so. This is the third time they've been at it, and we've talked about it before, Laura. It's projecting. They're thinking that if they had suffered from Trump what they have inflicted on him and they were going to come back to power, they know what they would do, and they project that onto Trump. I think they're really scared, though. The team around Trump is, Laura, much more disciplined than in the past, and this heritage project under Kevin Roberts of getting 20,000 potential people that can be vetted and background checks and conservative and hit the ground running. That's what they're really worried about, that Trump not only might win, but he might win the Senate and the House, and this time just enact an agenda similar to the Gingrich Contract of America and really get things done, and that really terrifies them.
Well, they're speculating about what Trump would do to the Department of Justice. Watch.
There has been so little attention paid to what Donald Trump says he's going to do in his next term. People are right to be afraid. He says, oh, I'm not going to be a dictator. I'm just joking. Also, let me tell you how I'm going to manipulate the Department of Justice and fire people who don't do exactly what I want and put a bunch of loyalists into all of these civil servant offices.
Victor, she works for something called the Bulwark. Again, what? I don't just start laughing, but what does that really say to us?
What Trump is saying is he doesn't want 4 consecutive FBI directors out of the Department of Justice, one who couldn't remember 250 times under oath, another one, Mr. Mueller, had no idea what the dossier was, the Steele dossier, or Fusion GPS, which were the catalyst for his appointment. Another one named Andrew McCabe lied 4 times under oath to FBI investigators. So Trump, yes, he wants to reform those. The DOJ was knee-deep in the Steele dossier. It was knee-deep with the FBI enlisting Twitter to suppress information. The laptop disinformation was in the intelligence authorities, some of them in the DOJ, but most of them in the CIA. So they're just oblivious to all the things they've done, and then they're surprised that Donald Trump wouldn't trust these people, and the American people wouldn't trust them. But there's a huge public support to reform the FBI and the DOJ, and they know it.
Yeah, and a huge public support. A huge public support as well, Victor, to cut the government and cut red tape and cut the bureaucracy. They are terrified of a more efficient Washington, if that's even possible. Victor, thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.